Good morning, everyone. It's Natalie here. Look, it was really cold this morning, so I am totally bundled up. You might not get too many full shots of me in this video because I am bundled up like an Eskimo, okay? But what I'm doing right now is I'm sifting some soil this morning. This is old or used soil that I used to grow my sweet potatoes, and it is good and rich. Look at that. But sometimes I will sift my old soil so I can get rid of large pieces like this. Like you can actually tell this is like the mulch that I used on top of the plant to retain moisture. And so sometimes it'll get mixed in with the soil. And I don't like those large pieces in there. And then there's other things in there I've tried to sift out. But for the most part, I just want the good rich soil. And I'll sometimes take the large pieces that I sift out of there and I'll use it as mulch, right? Okay. Sometimes I may just kind of, if sifting, because this is kind of, it's very heavy, very rich soil here. And sometimes I'll just help it along because sifting may take too long. If it's dry, you can sift it with no problem. You can sift it with ease. But if it's kind of wet like this, and it's not totally wet, but it is very moist, um, it's harder to get it to come through the little colander down, the holes in the colander. But it's worth it. To me, it is. Okay. What I might do is some of the heavier soil, like this, I might line the bottom of the container. I'm sorry, it's a pot. I'm going to place my lemon trees in these pots. I'm going to up pot to this. And as they grow bigger, I can up pot again. But these are beautiful. I have holes in them this time. I told a story of how I lost 2 of my rosemary plants. I up potted my rosemary plants from smaller pots to these. But what I didn't know is I hadn't drilled holes in the bottom of it. There's holes in there now, but there weren't any holes in these pots. There's 2 of them. And I lost 2 of my rosemary plants because I did not realize they didn't have drainage holes. But so I'm going to reuse those pots. But I made sure there's drainage holes in the bottom. Okay, I'm going to continue to sift, and then I will show you when I actually transplant the lemon trees, okay? This is my lemon tree. Okay, I hope you can see. All right. So what I'm going to do, let me loosen it up first. I'm trying to measure, let's see. That may be good. May need to go a little deeper. And there's another thing I need to do also. My biotone. Let me go get my biotone. I want the part that's going to touch. Now, like I said, I use some of the coarser used soil in the bottom, like a filler, to fill up the bottom there. But I don't want that soil touching the roots of the plant. So I did add some of that fresh soil right here. Then I'm going to mix in that biotone. I'm going to go grab that real quick. And I'm just showing you what I'm doing. This is not like this is a tutorial or anything. This is just me showing you what I'm doing here. This is not a tutorial on how to do it the right way. Okay, this is me just up potting my plant. Be right back. I still consider myself a novice gardener. And I just learn as I go along. I watch other videos of other gardeners to learn things. I do my research. So basically, what I'm showing you is not me teaching you. I'm basically just showing you what I'm doing, okay? Whether it's right or wrong. Feel free to comment in the comment sections. If you see that I'm doing something that I could do differently, feel free to comment. I welcome that. Not criticize, just help me out. Say, hey, Natalie, there's a better way to do this. There's a better way to do that. Let me teach you. Let me share. Okay? All right. Let's see if I can get it where you can. There you go. This is the pot I'm going to put it in, but I'm going to get my lemon tree out of this pot. So I'm trying to loosen it up a little bit. There we go. I'm pressing on it, but not much. Trust me. There we go. Look how easy it came out. I was very, very gentle. Look. That's the root. Okay. I want to go down a little bit more. There. Loosen it up a little bit. There we go. Up, perfect. All right. And then I'm going to add the fresh soil. That's why I love these flexi totes. I love these little flexi totes. I'll give you a better look at it in a second. Let me just take these off. How about that? I hate to do it because there's actually... I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave it. There she is. I know she's happy to be in a new home. You know what? I might remove that. But there's a lemon. It's going to be a lemon right there. Okay. I'm going to press down on it gently just to make sure it's packed well in there. Oh boy, this plant is going to be so happy. There we go. Finally in its new home. And this is just a pot, and of course I will have to go up another, as time goes on. I'll have to up pot again and again. But this is the first one, you guys. Look at that. And there's another thing I like to do. I like to actually go ahead and add mulch to the top of it before I water it. When you, I've learned that when you transplant a plant and you're adding it to new soil, you need to go ahead and water it in within an hour. And when I water it in, I'm going to use that solution that I use, Plant Starter, that helps to reduce transplant shock. So I'm going to water it in with that for sure. But what I like to do is put the mulch around there first. So let me do that. I'll get some fresh mulch. Okay, why do I like to place the mulch on there first? Is because it will keep, let's see if I can dig down in the bottom and get some fine pieces. I don't want to put too many large, heavy pieces on top. But this is to help retain moisture in the soil. It protects the soil from erosion, like when you're watering, which is what I'm about to do. It helps to keep the soil in place, pretty much. There we go. Look how pretty. I'm going to remove this tag in a second. It's just the label that tells you what it is. It doesn't, I think this is a Meyer lemon. Let's see. It doesn't say. Okay, well look, it looks good already, right? And then I'm going to water it in. But let me go ahead and fix the second container first. Okay. There we go. Woo. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. And my flexi tote, right? There she is. Plant number 2. All right, and then the mulch. There we go. Retain moisture, prevent soil erosion. There we go. Oh, that's gonna be nice. Happy, happy, happy plants. Okay, we're done, guys. So, there they are. These are my 2 lemon plants. Look at that. And I love the beautiful container. These are pretty. I can't even remember. Oh, if I on the bottom, I do believe the tag said Dollar General. But I love these planters that they're in. Isn't that a pretty color? Gorgeous. Like I said, this is a temporary home. This is a temporary home. Let's see here. I'm looking to see if I have any lemons. I had a few lemons at one point, but it looked like they're gone. But that's all right. All these flowers represent the new lemons that are coming. Okay? And they're fragrant. If you could smell these little blossoms, it smells like a magnolia. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and water them in real quick. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's give them some water. Okay, this is the plant starter that I use, and it has an easy dosing little cap where you just squeeze, but I honestly don't feel that it gives the right amount. It's not accurate in my opinion, but hey, I'm not knocking it. It's just that, in my opinion, I felt like it wasn't accurate. So, and I could test it right now, but I'm not going to do that because we're going to keep it moving. The dose is a tablespoon per gallon of water. This is a, let's see, I think this is a gallon pitcher. This is a gallon pitcher here. And I'm going to go ahead and just place a tablespoon in here. And that should be enough for these two plants here. Okay. And I'm telling you, see, that's a tablespoon. When you squeeze that cap, I seriously doubt that a tablespoon of this liquid comes out. It's supposed to be, you squeeze it and it's designed where the right amount will come out. But I don't think so. That's just me. You know what? I think what I'll do is I'll move it to the area where I want it to be, because they'll become heavy, especially after I water them. So I'm going to go ahead and move it to the area where it's going to be. Let me set something up. Just one moment. I didn't want to overdo it because I noticed that the plant itself, the root ball was already pretty saturated. I just wanted to add a little more just to go ahead and get it watered in, but I didn't want to overdo it because of the fact that I noticed that the root ball was already saturated because I had watered it before. It was I believe yesterday I watered it because they were dry. So that's another thing. It may be best before you transplant a plant to make sure that the plant is dry. But it was okay. You saw it. But I wanted to go easy on the water.